Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I realized recently that in the past couple of months I have completed quite a few sewing projects and I don't think I've shared them here, so at least the majority of them. If you follow me on Instagram, you have probably seen some of these projects, but yeah, I've just gotten to the point where I have kind of a handful of things that I wanted to share, and that's what I'm going to do today. So the first couple of projects that I completed in June were actually on my new sewing machine, and I did make a video sharing the process of making those, so I won't go super in depth, but I will quickly mention I made a pair of shorts using the Anna Allen Pomona pants pattern. And the gingham check fabric was from IC fabric. I also made a tote bag using some of my denim and canvas scraps, and the pattern that I used was a free pattern. It's the Costa tote by Helen's Closet. So those were kind of the first two projects I made on my new machine, and as I said, I did make a video about that if you're curious about the process of making those, but really great summer staples, and I've gotten a lot of wear out of the shorts in particular. Next big project that I completed in June was actually a pattern test. So I tested the Marzipan Maker's Coat, which is a raglan style kind of like chore coat for Emily Lightly, and I sewed up my first version. I made the cropped version, and I used a brown like stone-washed Japanese denim fabric, and I really like this pattern. I think it's going to be released on the 28th, so probably will already be out before you see this video, so I'll be sure to link that pattern in the description below. It's a really great jacket pattern. As I said, I made the cropped version, but there's also kind of like a mid-length and a longer length, and I think the longer length would be really great for the fall, so I would definitely check that one out. And then I had quite a bit of that brown Japanese denim, and so I decided to make a matching pair of fray pants, which is her first pattern. They're an elastic waist pleated pant with slash pockets, and there's 3 different views: shorts, wide leg, and kind of a curved tapered leg. So I made the tapered leg view in the same fabric, and now I have like a little mix and match set, which is really fun. I also did a little bit of an upcycling project. So I'd made this dress using the same pattern as this top, which has kind of this granddad collar and long sleeves, and it's got like the box pleat traditional shirt details. And for the dress, when I initially made it, I just cropped it and added a gathered skirt. And I think it was just too much with the long sleeves and like the really long maxi skirt. So I decided to kind of cut it up and turn it into a tank dress. So that was a fun project, a fun upcycle, and I've created a dress that I think I'll actually wear, whereas the other one felt a little bit more traditional and not really my style. So that was a really good upcycling project. And then I also made a gift for my sister's birthday. Her birthday's in July, so I made this in June. And I used the same gingham linen cotton blend fabric from IC Fabrics. I actually made this first and then used the leftovers for that pair of Pomona shorts. So for that project, I used the Seamwork Fern top. And Seamwork is kind of interesting to me as a pattern company because they're subscription based. So I paid for a month of the subscription, and you can cancel it after that, and you get 2 patterns a month. So I got the top pattern that I wanted to make for my sister to do kind of a dupe of the Doen June top, and it's pretty identical in its design. I took some pictures of me wearing it before I gifted it to her, and thankfully she really liked it, so that was a fun project. As I mentioned, with the Seamwork subscription thing, you get 2 patterns a month, so I bought another, or got a free, however you want to look at it, pattern, and I chose to do their tank dress, which I think is called the Ash dress. And it's a really beautiful design. It has like adjustable straps and front darts and slits and things like that. So I have fabric for that and plans to make that soon. It's still really hot here, and I think a tank dress would get a lot of wear. So the Seamwork Ash is something that I have the pattern and the fabric for, and I'll probably be jumping into that project soon. Also had a collaboration with Babylon Leather, and they sent me one of their DIY like sew your own designer bag kits. And they let me choose which one, and I picked out a large black tote. And so that was a hand sewing project, my first entirely hand sewn project and my first time working with leather. And I really like how that one turned out as well. I can put a link in the description box if you're interested in checking those out. But I think recently they've been kind of like gifting a lot of these kits. I've seen a lot of people on Instagram posting their gifted bags. So I think they had a little bit of an influencer marketing strategy this summer. I've seen a lot of people making them, but it is a really nice kit. The leather does feel really nice. So if you're interested in making a leather bag or like doing more hand sewing work, I would recommend it. I really liked it. The next project that I made has been on my list for a really long time, and I've had the pattern and the fabric for a long time as well. So I finally just got around to doing it, and that was making a closet cord Jenna Shirt. And I've made quite a few of the Jenna shirts. It's a pattern that when it came out, they sent it to me to try it out, and I really like it. So I have quite a few versions, but I've had this red cotton poplin in my stash for quite a long time, and I knew I wanted a red shirt, but I also felt a little bit like, is it going to be too much or too bold? And I had kind of put it off. But I went for it and I made the shirt, and I really love it. And the poplin is light and crisp and cool, so it's perfect for when it's hot out. I think actually it works really well in my wardrobe. I think I have a fairly neutral wardrobe with a lot of like blue, gray, brown, and red works really well with all of those. So I'm really happy that I made it. I took my time and I did like French seams, and I made everything really neat inside and out. So that was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoy a button-up shirt. I like getting stuck into all the little details and the clean finishings, and I used to be intimidated, but now I love doing the little tower pleat, you know, on the cuff. So that was a lot of fun. And then I decided to use up some of the last fabric that I got from Joann. So the last time that I shopped at Joann, I think I got like 2 or 3 fabrics, and I think at this point I've used them all up, which is a little bit sad. But this one was a cotton linen shirting that it feels like a washed linen. It's really soft and lightweight. And I had enough to either do a dress or a set. And I decided to do a set because, as I mentioned, I love making shirts and I get a lot of wear out of my button-up shirts. So I decided to make a navy blue Modern Sewing Co. unisex shirt, and then use the leftovers to make a pair of fray shorts. So for the unisex shirt, I have made that particular pattern in a variety of sizes, and I think the size recommended to me as a men's kind of block is a small. And so that's what I did for this one. But I've also made that pattern in an extra large to get like a big oversized button up, and I like both. So for this one, I decided to go with the small so that it was a relaxed fit, but not like super oversized. And for the shorts, I always make a 4 in the fray pants. I don't know if I mentioned, for the jacket I made a 6, but for the pants my measurements put me in a 4. So anyway, I love the shorts. I'm actually wearing them today. And I think a pair of linen cotton shorts in the summer is just going to get so much use. And the shirt is going to be very versatile now, but also going into cooler months. As I said, I wear button-ups all the time. They're great for layering underneath like sweaters or knitted vests and things like that too. And while I have a lot of button-up shirts, I didn't have a navy blue linen one, so now I do, and I'm very pleased. Again, the unisex shirt is great because the majority of the finishes are completely enclosed, so it feels really professional and clean and long-lasting, like inside and out. I really like that. And yeah, I really enjoyed making and have been enjoying wearing this navy matching set. So as for sewing, I think that's kind of catching us up to finished projects. I do have one project that is almost done that I've been working on for a substantial amount of time. And it's a really big project that I'm really excited about, and it's one that is kind of a collaboration. I'm going to make a dedicated video about that project, so I can't really reveal it just yet, but If you're interested in hearing about all of my sewing projects, be sure to subscribe because that one's coming up very soon. And it's one of like the most involved projects that I've made so far, and I'm really proud of it. So stay tuned if you want to see that one. And I think that's it. I just felt like I wanted to do a little bit of a catch up. There have been, as I said, quite a few projects that I don't know that I've really talked about yet, and just a little bumper episode of what I've made kind of in June and July. I hope you guys are all doing really well. I'm gonna take my kids to the Science Museum today. I think the weather app said the real feel is like 104 degrees Fahrenheit this afternoon, so hopefully we can have some fun and burn some energy inside. And yeah, I will check in with you guys very soon. Bye. Oh, here are the shorts too that I've been wearing today. These are awesome shorts. They're very good. Okay, bye.